Bobby, another point on the board and another clean sheet as well. What do you make of that game today?
Absolutely delighted with a point because I don't think we played well at all today. It wasn't a pretty game. It was two teams at the bottom of the league. I think both teams were worried about losing, wasn't they? About more than winning. Not an enjoyable game. But what I will say, I just made it very clear to my boys, and I'll make this clear to anyone who's listening today. We just took 7 points out of 9. If we drew last week and won today, we'd all be ranting and raving that we just took 7 points out of 9. But we just did it the other way around. But our last 2 home games now has been 2 clean sheets, so that's something to build on. As long as I leave every week that we can build on something. Disappointed in the manner of the certain play and stuff like that. I don't think we really created much today, but listen, that's football. But one thing we did do today is we made sure we stayed as a group and we didn't lose. So my boys deserve a lot of credit for that, but not the most prettiest game in the world.
I was going to say, not the most prettiest, but were you kind of expecting that, being, you know, 2 teams on the face of it at the bottom, and of course looking for what could have been a really crucial 3 points for either side?
Listen, if you can't win it, certainly don't lose it. So that's what you have to understand. You know, I heard a lot of people, a lot of talk this week. We should be winning this game. We're not. We're bottom of the league. Let's remember where we are. We're building. We're trying to bring that still and that belief into these boys, and as you can see, it's happening, it's working, but now we need to just stick together, regroup and go again. 7 points out of 9. It's just an unbelievable achievement what they've just done, compared to, like, we had 2 points before we come in. So I need to remind them that, because they're very disappointed that we haven't performed well today, especially in front of our home crowd. But I just remind them, if you took a point last week and 3 today, we'd all be ranting and raving with 7, but we got 7 out of 9.
Before today's game, you were obviously really happy with the way that the team spirit was and the way the attitude and everything like that. Obviously, more players today having to play out of position, but what credit can you give to the boys for putting on a performance and getting that clean sheet this afternoon?
Well, yeah, it's a great question because everyone's forgotten. Like, we're playing midfielders, fullbacks. We lost another fullback again during the game. We've had to make changes. It's incredible, but these boys just carry on and they picked up a point. I don't think they would have picked that point up 5-6 weeks ago, and that's where they deserve a lot of credit, and they wouldn't have gone to Welling 5-6 weeks ago and won that one. So these boys are doing this football club proud at the moment, but Rome wasn't built overnight, you know what I mean? So, and what is it now? 84 points for grabs. Since we said 90 points was up for grabs, we've taken 4. So it's a great start for where we want to be. Long way off yet, but as a group they're a pleasure to work with at the moment because they're giving me everything. We're all disappointed today because we didn't particularly play well, but when you reflect and sit back and go, actually last 3 games to take 7 points when you're bottom of the league is some achievement.
Of course, you've publicly said this week that you were on the hunt for some defenders, of course, but 2 midfielders came in today. What did you make of their appearances today?
Yeah, done really well. You know, it's very difficult when they've only just come in this week. You know, we've had to rush it in so we could make numbers on the bench. Otherwise, we wouldn't have made numbers on the bench again. We had to put our goalkeeper back on the bench today. But that's it. That is what it is. People got to realise sometimes we've got to rush things through and do things that we might not have done at the start of the season, because I like to just have a settled 18-man squad. But at the moment, we're pulling and bringing players in to make up numbers, taking loanies of 17-year-old kids and all that. But that's football. We're trying every little thing we can to make sure Weymouth Football Club move up this football club, and everyone as a group, they've done me very proud today.
And obviously we've got the County Cup game on Tuesday with Hamworthy, but moving on as well to next Saturday and the next league game, if you take one thing away from today and put it into the next game, what would it be?
I'd just stay together as a group, you know, keep believing in each other. Could we pick up another point or another 3 points next week? I'm not going to get out the bottom 5 today with 3 points or 1 point, but what I have to do is make sure we don't waste any games and we keep picking up points, and that's what we're gradually doing, ticking and ticking, just point after point. You know, if you'd said to me 3 games ago that we picked up 3 draws for where we were, like, we'd all be like, okay, but it's a point. And someone said to me, Hungerford lost today, Chippenham lost today, so we picked up a point on both of them who are up around us. Dulwich didn't win today, neither did they, so they didn't go any further. So if you can't win it, don't lose it, and that's what we did today. Even though I've said it on 3 or 4 occasions, it wasn't the prettiest game today, but for me right now it's about points.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.